4 different people, 4 different personalities. Why to be anything but average?
In general, I mean, it's life, you know what I mean? My influences, you know, range from different genres of music to life experiences, whether negative or positive. You know, either way, it's all inspiration, so, you know, I get it where I can get it. It's kind of hard to stop when you've been doing it for about 8 years now. You know what I mean? It takes it takes a while before you actually see any progress. But, you know, when people put you up so high, you know, you get nothing but positive responses most of the time, and, you know, you can't stop. Well, with all honesty, you can't really do much without sacrificing anything. I mean, well, the most important thing is time, so if you can't sacrifice your time, you know, be it a relationship or a job or anything, you know what I mean, you're never going to accomplish anything without sacrificing time.
Having girls come our way, pop a bottle, celebrate. We've been hustling, getting.
Yeah, but like I said before, it's my mind state changes once you start seeing progress on a different scale. You know, so I have in a sense, but it always goes away. That feeling of disappointment and wanting to quit just goes away once you see the ball moving and, you know, everything around you starts changing. Because I don't want to live like my parents, man. They work too hard and receive nothing for it. You know, they barely make enough to eat. And I don't ever want to live like that, you know what I mean? I want to be able to provide my family, my friends, my kids, and generations on, you know what I mean? So I don't just do this for myself, so yeah, man. I don't plan to stop until I actually do something in my life, man. Above average, main focus.
It's undescribable, man. Like, I can just say that it brings you that feeling of nothing else, just you, the crowd. It's pure energy, man.
Damn, he's a sexy DJ. A sexy DJ. Damn, he's a sexy DJ. Damn, girl.
It's the only thing I know how to do, man. Like, I don't see myself doing nothing else but just this, you know, like just being an MC, being a photographer. Like, it's my life, it's my world. As far as personal sacrifices, it's hard because I need to sacrifice time with my family, time with my friends. Sometimes I have shows like on the weekends or holidays. But also, like, it's hard not to be around the people you want to be with all the time, man. Like, sometimes you think like it's not enough, like what you do for the people. But what can I say is that the world doesn't care about like who you are. The world just cares about what can you produce. That's the world, and it's hard. I don't want to live an average life because average people doesn't get what they want. I always have this dream of working hard, and I don't see myself as an average person. It goes against me, like being an average.
I get into music pretty much the same way everyone gets into music, listening to the radio, in the car rides, you know, driving to McAllen, you know, going this and that with my family. And you know, I always noticed that it made people react a certain way every time a song came on, whether it was sad or happy or, you know, just made you think or any type of way like that. And I wanted to, you know, to help that out. I wanted to make music to make people feel a certain way. So when I was 11, I joined band and I tried out for drums and I got right through, and that was the first time I started writing and playing with people. Influences, and they can come from anywhere from, you know, love, war, and hate, and just any type of feeling you might get being sad. Anything can be turned into music, and anything is an influence, and that's pretty much where I get my influence from, around the world and just living and being. I continue doing what I do, and I'll continue doing what I do because it's what I do, and it's the only thing I know how to do. I feel like there's no such thing as personal sacrifices when you have a goal in mind, because you shouldn't have to sacrifice anything for your dream. You're on a track, and anything else is a sidetrack, and you should always do what you need to do first, and anything else is just a distraction, and you just need to stay on track and just do what you need to do. So sacrifices aren't really there. They're just something you need to do. The pros is always having your friends, and it's basically always a hangout. It's always like a party. You're all there. You know, you all like each other, hopefully, and it's fun to like hear each other's ideas and stories as you go on and grow older and play different types of music and songs. But there's always the cons of, I think this way or I think that way, and I'm always right, or you know, someone's just objecting to one part, but when it's finally squared away and settled, it's just the pros just outweighs the cons in making the song and just getting everything perfect. Why do I try to be anything but average? It's not that I'm trying to be anything but average or any kind of way that I'm supposed to be or trying to be. It's just, this is just how I am, how I've been before I knew how to play music. I just didn't know it yet, and this is pretty much how I'll be forever, and it's just the only way I know how to be musical.
When I'm on the stage DJing, I just feel in a way free from anyone telling me what to do. I feel like that's the only place where I get to show my style. I continue doing what I'm doing because I'm the kind of person that takes things as far as I can. Just like DJing, I want to take it as far as I can. I feel like that's a must when you're in the business like this, because you have to make sacrifices to get where you want, and if you don't, then sometimes it's not going to work out. Yeah, there's a lot of times in my life where I wanted to quit, either because some people made me feel like I wasn't good enough, or sometimes I just ask myself, why am I doing it and what for? I think it's important to stick out, because if you want people to follow you and recognize you and see you for who you are, it's best to be different and original in your own way than being just like everyone else.